citizens of Haydenville and Williamsburg.
This is a town picnic, but it's way more than that. It's kind of looking ahead to the future of some big decisions we need to make, and I'm happy that I've seen my neighbors from Haydenville, Williamsburg, and people of every age, from like a baby in arms to all of us with the gray hair.
The demonstrations today are, first of all, the greenway where we're at right now, this 10-foot wide shared use path. The full-scale demonstration is important because it allows people to visualize what actually will happen, as opposed to trying to interpret it from a plan or a drawing that many people have difficulty interpreting. It's a different language.
Good. How are you? Pick out whichever one you want.
I think it's a great use of this space. This is kind of a spot that's never had much going on in it. It's kind of a nice place to sneak around when I was a kid, maybe. I think if we did this on Sunday afternoons when the Historical Society's building is open, it would draw some people in for that.
There's a proposed tea garden between the existing Old Town Hall and the Grange building. It would offer connectivity between the Angel Park and the bus stop and Route 9 and the Walk of Flowers that are along Route 9.
I always come for the Grange Fair. That's a tradition since I was 5 years old. So.
So right now, the trail ends coming up from Northampton at the foot of South Main Street in Haydenville. This committee just recently made improvements. We regraded so you can safely get onto the whole bike trail system right at the foot of South Main Street. Our project, which we're here to share information about today, is to extend it from Haydenville all the way up here to the Helen James Street.
Right, I think that's a great idea.
And that part of the project will run on the roadbed of Route 9.
We just installed a switchback that goes back up into this trail from here. So right now people are using this thing. It comes out right here and come back down.
And the greenway is not going to be cantilevered, but it's going to be out on those walls in order to get the width they need.
It's a quaint, small town. A lot of people want it to stay that way, and I think that all the visioning that's been done, that people have really talked about, like preserving the character of the town, really making what makes this small town feel special stay, while still doing things like improving the green space and making it more walkable and bikeable.
It has an interesting blend of people interested in getting involved in the town. And there's a lot of interest in agriculture still. The school has gardens and a greenhouse.
I went to high school here, and my graduating class is 1964, so I have a big connection with the town of Williamsburg. It is a town filled with community, and it has great basic services for somebody like me. I want to live here for retirement, and I've lived lots of other places. I love its size. It's really a lovely little town, and I'm hoping as I live here a little longer, I'll be able to make my contribution too.
There's a real sense of the history and the culture here, and it's preserved in the town buildings, and that's also something that people really value, the preservation of our old historic buildings. And also just the river. I think the river is a huge asset to Williamsburg, and if we can bike along the river, that's really a benefit. I long to get closer to the river every time I drive through the town.
This is a great event. I'm just really impressed. Here it is. It's a huge effort by a lot of people, and everybody's here. At least half the town has been here today, I think, from every age. It shows us our heart. It shows us that we love the people here, we love our town in loads of different ways, and all of the creativity that people bring to being who they are and contributing to a town like this is shown today.
I invite you to join us for the mock grand opening of the Mill River Greenway.
Yes. Citizens of Williamsburg, I want you to suspend disbelief. It is now 2026. and I'm 82. We are about to open the much waited and anticipated for Greenway. I hereby officially declare the Williamsburg Mill River Greenway open.
We're going to walk 100 feet of the Greenway ceremonially. If you all would care to join us for a promenade.
When I'm 20, I think I would probably bike to work on the Greenway.
Yeah, definitely. With my dad, I usually go biking down to Northampton, and we have to go down this road, and it's really dangerous, so I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that the Greenway is a project that is really the wave of the future. I think that it's really important to connect these towns, and you can go far. You can go all the way to Amherst and beyond. So I think that the Greenway is a fascinating and wonderful project, and I can't wait for it to begin.
There are people who don't like the idea of the bike path going through their yards. If the Greenway can happen without their territory being infringed upon, and I know the argument is they legally don't own that, but for years it's been their territory. If their territory does not have to be infringed upon, I think this is a very good thing.
It's very beautiful, and we should keep it just the way it is now, because it's perfect for all the gatherings and events and stuff.
I think it's good and it's bad. This used to be a school that we grew up in, basically, and it's good use, the fire department, but it's a little sad seeing it turn into something else, but I really think it's going to be for the best. I think it would be a good and a bad idea, because I think we might need more safety in this town if more people come. I think we should have like one place to just have town picnics.
Been here, into here. That's it. And this, you know, this is just conceptual. We've already talked to people, but that's not really what
Your
the
roof
remote
wouldn't
would
look like, yeah.
No, we're going to try to make it to fit in with,
Right.
you know, the architecture along
Right.
the best we can.
Any great city has great open green spaces that have been preserved by people who really thought about the long term, like in 50 years from now, 100 years from now. That being said, we clearly need a public safety complex. It's absolutely true. I wish that we could find a different location within Williamsburg so that this could be preserved as a green space. I hope that as a community, as we come to a choice, that it doesn't become divisive, but it's a source of community and coming together to make a choice that's a hard choice.
I think education and somehow getting the information out to people is the most important thing. I think when people understand what we're trying to do and why, and see pictures and get to have a conversation and ask their questions, they're not so automatically going to say no.
Being here today makes me feel very proud. Very proud to be a very small part of something big and happy and colorful and full of life. I couldn't be happier than I am living here in Williamsburg.